Yeah, that's right, Scott.
Hi guys, welcome back to Large Scale RC Nation. This is your host Brandon, and today we're going to be going over tips, tricks, and advice, what to use in the pits while racing on the track. I've talked to a lot of pro, expert, and sportsman drivers, and they're going to show you some tips and tricks on getting your truck ready for racing. The first tip that I have for you today is walking the track. It's always good to walk the track to see the lines that you're going to take. As it progresses through the day, you'll see that it'll start to blue groove from soft to hardened dirt. You'll see a lot more ruts throughout the day. So you want to walk the track and see the lines that you're going to want to take and the best location for your truck or buggy when racing on the track. The next tip that I have for you today is making these body washers. The hood is probably the one weakest part on the truck that will start to lift off and break from rollovers and accidents. To make these washers, all you need to do is take a hole drill and hole drill out these bottom panels right here. You'll get these little plastic discs like this, and you'll go ahead and bore out the middle to make it fit the factory body washers. You'll place them on the top and bottom, and you'll sandwich the body down. This will make this body last a lot longer instead of going out and buying a brand new body. My next tip for you is you can cut out some of your body to make it more lightweight and more accessible. As you can see here, I cut out the cross beams. That way it's easier to pull start, gain access to pull that. I also cut out the side panels where your air filter will go. That way it gives room for your air filter, and it'll also lighten the body. The lighter the car, it's going to be easier to jump over those jumps, whoops, everything else, and be a little bit more nimble.
Hey guys, this is Dan over at Neal Brothers Racing, giving you just a quick race tip. Whenever it's really cold outside, I like to put my car in the sun. And what that does is kind of heats up the car. A lot of these cars are made out of composite plastic, and when they're cold, they become brittle. So the warmer the car is, the more flexible it'll be, the less things you're going to break. Quick little tip, if you're going to race in cold weather, put your car in the sun for about 20 minutes before the main event or when you're going to race. And it gives you better odds of not breaking. That's all I got for you guys today.
My name is Brian Schapiro, Team OBR Internal Racing. My tip of the day is, if you're going to rebuild your shocks, make sure your shock caps are on tight. Yeah!
Is that tight? I saw it slip.
It's tight.
How you doing? This is Jake McGarvey. Our tech tip for today is a simple thing. It's a washer that captures your tie rod end from popping off and costing you a race. So all you do is, in between the tie rod end and the nut, you put a washer, and if it happens to pop back, that washer will retain your tie rod end and let you finish the race.
My name's Josh Mitchell. Here's my tip. Always check your wheel nuts, because after a while when you run them, the serration on the back gets really smooth and they don't hold the lock. So you'll lose your wheel nut, lose the wheel in the race.
How you doing? My name is Kevin Enriquez. My tech tip today is going to be Loctite. One thing that I always do on the cars is always check and always Loctite the 4 bolts on the motor. That's one thing that I would always do. Sometimes I would use red Loctite, but if you do use red Loctite, the one thing I would recommend is making sure that you take a torch, heat it up a little bit before you loosen it so you don't break a wrench or you don't strip out the bolt. My other tech tip that I would recommend is on the clutch bells. Clutch bell, I nut the front, so I take a bolt through the back end and then I nut it, and I also use a locking nut with no Teflon, and never have an issue in a main. One thing that always works for me.
All right, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, Chris Higa here from TLR, Team Losi and Horizon Hobby. We're going to talk a little bit about tires and Fisco racing today. Tires is what can make or break your race. Kind of like the Harry Hog, Days of Thunder. Tires is what wins races. So understanding the tire, the compound, the track surface is really, really important to, even with these big cars, especially because our cars are so heavy. Right now, like when you first get to a track, the track's really green. Usually it's not super packed in, and you know, kind of almost any tire kind of works, but you got to kind of keep an eye on the surface. Like right now, the track has been getting more and more abrasive every round. So you have to start looking at your tires. And one of the things you want to do is you want to actually mark your tires on what corner they go. So when you take them off, you put them on in the same position, just like you would on a regular car. The right front goes on the right front, the right rear goes on the right rear. This allows you to make sure that you're getting constant and even wear on the tires that's consistent. Because when you turn the tire around, all of a sudden the car's going to have a different handling characteristic. You go to a square edge, sometimes the pins start to break away from the carcass, the car gets really, really loose. Other things to be wary of is temperature. That can affect the compound of the tire that you're going to use. How ruddy the surface is getting. Like right now, the track surface has 2 big holes in the middle of the front sweeper. And when you have a lot of side bite on here, like I may experiment and cut this outside row of pins off the tire to give the tire a little bit more slide in the rear, so it actually doesn't try to catch that rut. So there's different things. Don't be afraid to play with tires. Sometimes it can be kind of expensive, but it is a learning experience as long as you learn from it. Like I said, tires, very, very important. Putting them on in the correct order, and just going out and having fun. So hope this helps you guys out. You know, if you guys ever do have questions, you can always hit us up, Facebook, or any of the guys if you see us at a race, come by the pits and come hang out.
Hey guys, Brent Bisbee, TLR Racing here. Tech tip of the day: everybody hates doing turnbuckles, shock ends. Something to try to make your life a little bit easier on turnbuckles and tie rod ends. You can use a reamer. Go in a little bit, just take the edge off. Don't take too much off because you don't want to weaken it. But that'll start for it to bite. And then you can use a drill. Insert. You can run them in, do one side, flip it. You can do the other side. It'll just make life a whole lot easier. So don't dread doing it. You can do it. You just got to find the easiest way to do it. Work smarter, not harder. Hope that helps. Take care, guys.
Okay, so my name is Mike Duncan, Old Man Fast. Here's my tip of the day. I was told this by Chad Bradley and Jeremy Courts years ago when I raced with them. When you get a vehicle and you start racing a vehicle, leave it bone stock and go out and race it. Don't set it up to what everybody else tells you to set it up at, because you can't necessarily drive everybody else's setup. So set the car up what the stock spec says is at, drive it, learn it, then you start making small changes to different things in the car, and you'll learn how the car will work and what that change made it do. That's the tip that I have for you.
Hi, this is Skinny with the tech tip of the day. So when you're wrenching and you stupidly bust your cap screw off on your throttle body here, and the screw's stuck inside like this, what you do is you take your Dremel, flip it over on the back side, cut a groove in the screw like here. Can you see that? Then you take your screwdriver, put it in here, and as you can see, it's coming out. Hold on 1 second. There you go. And by doing that, you don't have to go over to Mod Speed Shop and spend $40 on a Bartolon part. So, bench racing with Skinny. See you next time.
Hey guys, it's Matt Olsen from Mod. So Large Scale RC Nation is giving all you guys some cool tech tips. I'm tearing apart my engine right now, some little tricks of the trade that I use myself. So for instance, when you put on like your velocity stack, just taking it off right now, put a little bit of grease inside of your velocity stack there, and it'll catch any particulates that might happen to make it through. You don't want it to, obviously, but you can see there. And I've been running this for now 2-3 events, and there's no dirt in there, because with these cars, if you end up sucking any dirt, these engines are toast. So another one, just pushing the product, as you can see, that this is our triple stage air filter, our Mod air filter. You can get these on modspeedshop.com. They're called the Moto filter. This goes over this, but you can see I have been running this guy for now 2 to 3 events. That's how clean it is all the way around. And we actually run, you can get these anywhere on Amazon. It's just a pantyhose. Yes, that's right, a pantyhose. And then you put an outerwear around it, and that's how clean everything is. So keeping your engine nice and, nice with good clean air, no dirt. And then if anything does happen to happen, you have that grease in there, and that doesn't hurt anything. So that'd probably be the 1 tech tip or 2 tech tips of the night for you guys for making sure that you keep dirt out of your engine.
Hello, I'm Steven Smith, and my tech tip for the day is if you're having a problem in the area of a certain area of the track, go turn marshal that area and see what the other guys are doing in that area that are better than what you're doing.
This is my name is Carl Woosley with the Mod Pop-Up Shop. My tech tip of the day is if you're having problems on the track trying to keep up with other racers, don't worry about it. Just run your own race and see where you end up. Now, it's my tech tip of the day from the Mod Pop-Up Shop.
Hi, my name is Robert Kakla. Nice to meet you guys. My tip of the day is after you fully rebuild your shocks, or you actually add fluid or whatever, run them and then come back and burp them. That's my tip. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, it's Tony Becon, and this is my tech tip. So either on the MCD or the low C, these dang body mounts are plastic and they tend to break. So when I get a new truck, new vehicle, anything, what I do is I drill from the underside up through this post, and I take a small wood screw, and it gives it a little more support so it's less likely to snap off. Works great for low Cs or MCDs. Even if one snaps, you can still save it and get through the race weekend. See you at the races.
Another bit of advice that I have for you guys today that I'm going to lead out of this conversation with is to talk to some of the pro drivers, expert or sportsman drivers like Brian Sullivan, Matt Olsen, Brent Bisbee, Chris Higa, any of those guys. They're more than willing to help you out. Just walk up, introduce yourself, and if you have an issue, most likely, if they're not busy, they'll be willing to help you out or give you some advice. Like DRT, those guys are awesome. They want you to come pit with them. They'll give you much advice as they can, and this will make you a better driver. Walk up to their pits, introduce yourself, and the community of Fiscal is awesome guys. Never had any issues. Everyone's more than willing to help you out as long as they're not busy pitting on their own cars, getting them ready for the next race. So if you see them chilling out, walk on in, introduce yourself, and all of us will be more than willing to help you out, get your car prepped for the next race. We want you guys to have fun and enjoy the sport, and that's what the fifth scale community is all about. I hope you enjoyed watching this video today. Please like, subscribe, and share the content so that way we can grow this large scale RC Nation. Thank you for all you guys that tune in and support me. We'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great day.